Okay, so I pulled a reading, and of course, I wanted to focus on finances and financial wealth, literacy, and what's really happening. So I moved this deck because it was upside down, and two of the cards from that deck popped out. So I'm just going to move them for a second and explain what's happening here. It came to my attention, um, accessing the energies for the collective, that there's a sensing of ending, and it could feel bitter, it can feel bittersweet, no matter what side of the coin, literally, that you're on. It's something that comes to an end, and this is only sense because these two energies here, both show an ability to see their way through to the end. Not quite sure how it is to end, but this is an 8, this is a 2, this is a 10. This is the culmination of not understanding what decision to make, or being in a position where you're not intended to act just yet, but it's showing not yet, wait on it. You're not being pushed, guided, or compelled to move in any specific direction at the moment. You're being put on pause. Here is where you don't have the steps in order. You just know there's random information surrounding the situation, and it'll be put in order. It'll be put chronologically, strategically in place so that the ending can ensue. And that leaves a lot of questions, that leaves a lot of doubt, that leaves a lot of unknowing, a lot of mystery as far as how this affects you completely and totally. You only can feel the effects of not having the clarity, the effects of not being able to make a concise decision, because things are left to others. Decisions are put in other institutions' hands, or um, other people are making the deciding factors and have not yet disclosed that information, or you don't yet see the outcome of it. And there's judgment. So with these being swords, indicative of legalities, contracts, thoughts, communications, evidence, things that can be incriminating, there's a lot of uncertainty, not really even knowing how to feel or what will be the yield of it. Not being able to make a decision because you can't feel clearly through it either. So your sight, your thought, your feelings are kind of up in the air. And this is where judgment comes in. 4 of Wands being the outcome. And I did pull some clarity on the 10 of Swords, and I got the Queen of Cups. And this lets me know, it's connected to this energy here. It's letting me know, okay, this is something that you would use intuition for. You can't see it. You can't think it. You can't really get through it in that manner. It's something that you have to be emotionally open to and have trust for. This here is like smoke and mirrors, and it can kind of, all the possibilities can blind you or cloud the senses, cloud the intuition. And because you are losing or have lost the ability to see clearly or think clearly through the situation, you're going to have to feel it. You're going to have to use that other sensory, magnify the other senses with the lack or the loss of, or the hampered ability of the other senses. Clarifying this 4 of Wands is a strength card and the 6 of Wands. This is fire energy. This is Leo energy. This is recognition. This is stability. This is home, community. It's definitely about receiving what you deserve through a just, it's a well-deserved, a justified reward. And I bring up justice because originally, and in some decks, justice is 8 and strength is 11. There's an infinite level of reward for you being steadfast and knowing that you've been on the right track. And this brings me to 3 cards that were protruding from the deck. And this is the first coins card, the first Pentacles card that I actually saw, and it was wedged between 2 arcana, major arcana. I'm going to put an end to this, all of this uncertainty, because it's on the right track. But had you known it was on the right track, you could have done something to interfere. So it's best if you do not clearly see, do not clearly know. This is why even doing this type of work, there will be certain cards that indicate where you are not to receive the information, that it will be hidden from you, that it will be hidden from you. It's not for you to know. Use your imagination, even to cultivate the outcome. Okay? So whether people want to call themselves psychics or not, they don't know everything and they won't have access to everything. And these are cards that are indicative of that. Even me being a reader, I can see, okay, there's a reason why you're not going to be able to see how it ends. It's because you're not supposed to see. You're not supposed to witness it before it happens, because you can interfere. The way it's supposed to play out, it will. It will. The star is Aquarian energy. The strength is Leo energy. Those are opposites. This is Pluto and Saturn. These are major players in the arena of the celestial bodies and influence. They have a much more, they have a seniority, a very deep impact on where things are going and where they have been headed. This is something related to time, and this is something related to karma and deliverance of karma that you really cannot, like I said, it's not for you to interfere with. This is out of your hands. Therefore, your hands are bound. Therefore, your sight is blocked. It's not for you. Just be open and receptive to receive it. Now, this card was the first one I saw that flipped out, and it is the 9 of Swords. Oh, shit. In the upright, it says cruelty, as if these thoughts had been sent your way, or things spoken to you that were detrimental to you, that have haunted you in a way. It's in reverse, and this showing a level of guilt. This is things that come up because you cannot see and you cannot access more information. You're playing over things that you may have done wrong, or ways that you may have affected the situation negatively. And that's not what this time